Yoshikazu Fujita, the playmaker, wearing number 11. For France, well, they've got class laced all over this team. And Terry Baruha, he scored 78 tries in his international career, but Julien Candelon can beat that one because he's on 87 tries, and Julien Candelon has been in scintillating form. So Katsuki Sakai has the last words in that huddle. The last time we'll see Japan on the huddle. So Stephen Perez will kick off for the French.
Wide.
So Rasta Rashimengi is your referee in the middle. Two-pod system forces the French to kick long. Taken by Mamano Lemeki to Sakai. Kowazaru to Tongiri. Now Japan, they played with real confidence in that semi-final victory over Portugal by 26 points to 21. And France arrived in this final by beating Brazil 35 points to 12. Tongiri comes back against the grain. Fujita up to that halfway line, but the French with turnover ball there, and Japan losing the possession. And straight away they're on the counter-attack. Little pop pass there from the playmaker Stephen Perez. Perez goes in to try and clear ball. You'll see that Manuel Dalinga. He goes in, Vincent Agnino. Here's Manuel Dalinga to Jonathan Logel.
France is looking to try and break up Japan's defence slightly. Very structured team, Japan. They often like to play to systems and to practices. So if France try and break that up slightly, they're going to reap reward. Well,
they've got behind Perez then, and on the far outside, Alexandra grasping brought down, but again recycling the ball. Steve Barry goes in to collect. Vegeta's in with the tackle.
This is too messy, let's go, scrap. Too messy, too many bodies.
And a real good defensive effort there from Japan on that far side.
Too messy there, let's go, scrap.
Great defence from Japan, and that's what it's going to have to be. French are far more professional in their outlook than the Japanese team. They've got far more resource, and to be honest, France should not be in the Shield final. They should be aspiration for going to the Cup semis and places like that, because they've got the firepower within their team and their budget.
First look at Alexander Graspling from Oyonnax in France. Well covered though, they made sure to get the tackle in, didn't they? They did well, the Japanese, to deny that French attack. Japan last beat France in Adelaide in March 2010 by 21 points to 15. Perez goes back on the ball. Steve Barry just breaks through the middle. Steve Barry, tackle, collects the ball, dots it down. What a super score by Steve Barry. His second try of the weekend. His 38 in total.
And Steve Barry, often underrated in this French team. He's someone that can really create things with his left foot step and take his abrasive attitude and his high skill level to the Japanese team. You see here, giving the ball early, that's why he wants it. Steps inside to Gary, great fend, little cheeky ankle tap, which is a fantastic thing to see. I'm a big fan of ankle taps. Has the insight to play the ball himself. So when he falls over, he thinks he's still tackled, releases the ball, then picks it back up. That's outstanding technical play by him there.
Well, this linkage play between Stephen Perez and Steve Barry is so important. As Terry Baruha, he starts on the bench, so he'll be the impact player. Lemeki goes back deep. Again, France forcing Japan to come from deep. And this time Sakai returning with a bit of interest with the kick upfield.
As mentioned, they really try to fragment the Japanese as much as possible. Always train to a system. So they're used to being kicked to the pod where the lifter gets the ball cleanly, then they'll play the systems off it.
Line out will be taken on that 10-yard line. Stephen Perez, the normally a wing in 15s. He's a pacey runner, 20-year-old. As we often see, the scrum half acts as hooker. See how he loops round there, sets off this movement. Then Vincent Inigo with that pass through Perez. And then a great cut on the ankle. Martin Leveau goes for the line. Look at this for a try. Well, this youngster won a gold medal in Nanjing in 2013, playing in the Youth Olympic Games. He'll have aspirations to qualify for Rio. And he certainly caught the eye in London. That's his 5th try of the weekend.
A very different type of runner to Candon, who's much more punchy with a smaller, stockier frame, but equally adept here at really exploiting the defence of the Japanese. And because he gets the ball early, he gets the spread to the wide channels. That gap that he's just gone through there, known as the 1-2 channel, he'll step inside the outside man all the time. The difference is the inside man has to try and tackle him. In that case, couldn't quite do so. So again, you see it, left foot step inside the outside defender, outside the penultimate defender. End result, stride it, walk it down.
Well, he's 18 years of age. Can't remember myself playing a Scotland jersey at that age, and real hopes. I mentioned Nanjing. It was actually last year, 2014, that he won that gold medal in the French team and made his debut up in Glasgow last week. So just goes to show that France are looking to embed some youngsters within their sevens team.
I think they really need to. You know, when you look at a French team, they've not got that experience they once had. They need to try and figure out what they're about.
Inigo, Vincent Inigo, tackled there, retaining the possession and using that blind side well. Manuel Dalinga goes for the line. That's a brilliant try by Manuel Dalinga.
Dalinga, one of the stalwarts of this team, used to be him striding on the outside as a wing once. Now he's more of a power runner, gets on the end of opportunities and tries to create them with his strong running in the middle.
7 tries this season, 47 tries in his career.
Really wiry runner. He's someone that can really power through tackles, but what a great turnover. You see the ability to disrupt the ruck, as we mentioned, as you need to do against Japan, and this is a lovely touch on the outside, giving him the opportunity for a one-on-one, which he finishes with immense strength.
We'll talk about finishing with a bit of class. That's was the conversion of Steven Perez. And France out into a 14-0 to lead over Japan. And just another indication, you can't play sevens rugby without the ball. 19-0 to France over Japan.
Six, add quickly.
Last chance for Japan to score in this first half. What have they got left? Shinya Goto up that
Release
far
that
side.
tackle.
Tongiri in midfield has Lemeke, their playmaker, caught in a thumping tackle by Jonathan Legel, but Tongiri got on the end. So did Fujita. Goto to Sakai, now stretching the ball there on that far side. Japan just have to be patient as they build the phases.
They do. They've got to get the ball to Fujita as quick as they can and make sure he links up with Tongiri. Those two are the lethal runners in this Japanese team, and you see here how effective they can be together.
Yeah, lovely interplay here. Here's Lemeke, steps well off that right foot. Fujita tries to recycle himself. He's got Sakai right there. Turnover ball, but it's illegal, says referee Rashamengi. Quick tap and go then. Fujita toys with the opposition. The offload, Tongiri through the post. And right on the death at half-time, Lotti Tongiri scores his try.
The deadly duo in this Japanese team. Once Tongiri makes impact, Fujita will never be far away. Those two work so well together. For them to be able to beat French in this game, they need to have more opportunity with the ball.
So all about the ball. The conversion was good from Katsushiki Sakai. Half-time score then, France leading by 19 points to 7.
À vous de voir comment on peut s'organiser. Mais je pense qu'il y a de l'espace sur des 0, des 1. À vous de voir. Ok, les garçons, c'est très bien, il y a une très bonne entame, on récupère bien, il y a 3 minutes importantes, on s'accroche et on ramène la Chine à la piole. Ok, Manon.
Les mecs, sous le ballon, on s'est promis d'être nombreux sur le coup d'envoi. Donc quoi qu'il arrive, on est nombreux, grave, Martin, nombreux sur le ballon au coup d'envoi. Nombreux sur le ballon au coup d'envoi, les mecs.
C'est pas gagné, les gars.
The half-time words have been said for the last time this season for both the teams. Tomohiro Sagawa for Japan and Frederic Pomeral. Well, the Brave Blossoms 14 months ago, Japan won the qualification tournament, beating Italy in Hong Kong. Just to say, Japan won that qualifying tournament 14 months ago, beating Italy in the final. They became a core team. Unfortunately, they didn't back it up, and they're going to be relegated from the series.
9:51.
Having pulled a try back right in the last play of the first half, can they get themselves back into this game? As on this occasion, France's Alexander Grespling runs out of space on the far side to hand the possession over to the Japanese.
And Dungeri there has shown that he's not just all about attack, he manages to man-help, throw the people into touch to make sure that his team get an opportunity to exploit this slightly inconsistent French team.
9-5-1.
The 21-year-old Yoshikazu Fujita, there he is, wearing that number 11 jersey, throws the ball in, well taken there by Kawazuru. And now the attack is on through Japan, the offload to Fujita, he juggles the ball, but he gets the good support there of Satoshi Oshima and Sakai to Lemeki. Lemeki's got lovely footwork, and he just slices through there. Lemano Lemeki, his 4th try of the London Sevens.
Now we mentioned the structure that the Japanese like to stick to. Interestingly from that, they did a same way play, and the play that went round the far side of the ruck drew 2 French players, which exploited the open side gap for Lemeki to be able to do his magic. So you see here the one player's gone round the low corner, the short side then becomes available, going back against the grain, and if a man is running at that speed next to you and has great feet as he does, it's always going to be difficult to stop.
Sakai just drew the pass nicely, that pop pass that rugby players throughout the world will do time and time again, but when you see it done at the international level, it really is tremendous.
All he did there was run straight, and it was made by the hard work from the inside runner, drawing the defenders across. One of the most underused line in rugby is to run dead straight.
You're going to pull a defence to run straight first of all. Ball is restarted. Great leap there, wasn't it, by Kazuku Kawazuru? Now through the middle is sliced. It's Yoshikazu Fujita, and Fujita right from the kickoff has tied the scores. There's life in this game, 19-all with a conversion to come.
Ever since the second half began, I do feel that Japanese want this game more, and that is more often than not what it comes down to. Fujita is a very, very special player. He does things that not a lot of people can do. When he combines well with his teammates or has an exponent of individual skill as he did there, it really does lift this Japanese team. You can feel them want this game more than the French.
Sakai then, he has added the additional 2 points to pop Japan into lead, 21 points to 19, backing up an excellent victory in the semi-final by 26 points to 21 over Portugal. And as I mentioned at the head of the game, they're just desperate to take something away from their 8 months on the circuit. The French, however, may well have an answer to this stout Japanese attack. Manuel Delina cuts back in, that's the halfway line. Fujita tries to come in and grab the ball, but Jean-Baptiste Mazui, this imposing French forward, is off the bench, and he will be charging up from the midfield shortly. Here he is, Jean-Baptiste Mazui. Here he goes. This is the charge we expect from the big Frenchman. But the accuracy not there, turnover for Japan, and can they really make the French pay for that error?
Need to make sure Tongiri gets back in the game. He is the magic man. He does the things that creates the space for the likes of Fujita to get round the outside. I love this.
Tongiri with a show on the ball. Fujita, there he is. Back to Tongiri. Just have to retain that little overhead pass pop.
3,
And Japan growing in confidence.
7,
Nameki, here he goes, he'll try a wee step.
2,
Gets the support. Sakai, the captain.
7,
Little show there, first of all, from Oshima.
9,
Oshima now has a little dig.
2,
But they've sealed off.
First arrival.
They have Japanese now looking very tired. It's been a long 2 days for them, a long 2 weeks and a long year. All now coming to fruition in the fact that for the last 2 minutes here, they have to give it their all and try and finish off this French team.
2,
Interesting, just looking down onto the touchline here. Julien Candelong's about to get off.
5,
He's, well, Candelong,
0,
he's 34 years of age, so they've rested him, but on he goes. Julien Candelong is on 87 tries
5.
for his country. He's scored 5 already in London.
good boy.
Right, tap
And they want
record.
to get that little flyer on the ball.
Contracted till after the Olympics as well. So any vets amongst us watching this now, you realise there's still a chance.
Not for France, however.
Counterattack is good.
0,
Japan flooded the contact area there. There's an advantage going to be played. Look at the clock, 1 minute, under 2 minutes to go. And France on the attack. Can they splinter this Japanese defence? Japan sloppy at that breakdown. Oh,
Lost the forward, off his
it was
hand,
a judge to have knocked on and come off a Japanese hand.
No, he lost the forward. Yeah.
Really unlucky in that situation there. Getting to the final stages of this game, and these are the crucial decisions. You see here, wins the contact area, but tries to do the squeeze ball. So when he pushes the ball through his legs, if the defender manages to stop it, usually it's an instant penalty. Rasta in that situation didn't award it, and I feel that is quite unfortunate for the Japanese team.
5, 6.
Minute left on the clock. Japan with the attack now. Look how quickly France get the ball out to the wide outside channels. Martin Lebeau tries scoring in that first half. Threatens. Now Candelong. Here he is. They try a little switch. He does to Jean-Baptiste Mazui. Mazui up to that 22-metre line. Lugel is there in support, but Japan have got the possession. Candelong comes in from an offside position, but play on, says Rasta Rashinvengi. Here's the whistle go now, and surely Japan just been clever, kick to the touchline. Take your time, the clock is your friend here.
Again, slightly unfortunate to not get the penalty there for me. Candelong did come in from the side. Look the contrast between Candelong with his bouncing frame going around side to side, and then Mazue, who just goes so direct. He's really a abrasive runner. If you see here, that is for me is a rug. The ball is not out, and Candelong comes in from the side. That should be a penalty. However, we need to clear the ball out, Japan. You have to get the ball wide and then threaten to kick it long.
Well, watch the reaction to the Japanese players. Real delight, the hands in the air. And they're taking something away. There's always something you can take from a game of sevens, and Japan on this occasion at London, they'll take away the Shield final. Full-time score is 21 points to 19 in the Japanese favour, and well, for the captain.